You're listening to Parasearch Radio. News, views and reviews from the world of the paranormal from across the UK and beyond. Find us on Facebook, Twitter and the World Wide Web. The views and opinions expressed by presenters and guests are their own and do not necessarily reflect the official policy or position of Parasearch Radio or their affiliates and sponsors. Listener discretion is advised.
Hey, this is Jeff Belanger, author, researcher for Ghost Adventures, host of New England Legends, and of course, beer drinker. And you're listening to PSH Radio with Sam and Carl on the Parasearch Network. They're broadcasting to you from Old England. You can tell by the accents.
Good evening, guys. We are obviously back again, and we have a very interesting show this evening. Of course, we have a guest on which I shall introduce you to in a moment, but of course I am joined by the host man with the... That's Mr. Carl Hutchinson.
The host man with the hostess.
Yeah, I had to think
that sounds like a little weird. I've got some sort of little hostess sat next to me.
Maybe I've. So how are you this evening, Carl?
I'm doing all right. Slowly my body is getting back to normal after the weekend, after the hectic of 3 days filming. So, yes, I'm back to normal, getting there, feeling good. Good to be back on the show again, and obviously to talk to the amazing guests that we've got coming up.
Yes, and we may as well just introduce him now, guys. Before, obviously, we've had him on before, but this was way back. So it'll be good to actually, because he has been up to a lot. And our guest this evening is Rob Gutro. Good evening, Rob.
Good evening, Kerry. Good evening, Carl. How are you today?
Not too bad.
It's Sam, by the way. Anyway, so like I say, Rob, it's been a while. So what have you been up to?
My latest book is one that I published about the ghosts that I encountered in England when I went on vacation there. And they were a lot. In the meantime, now that that's published, I'm actually working on 4 more books. Another book about pets in the afterlife and how they communicate, and various other things. So it's been very busy in my spare time.
Yeah, because you've got a lot of books out anyway, haven't you? And...
I do. The Ghosts of England on a Medium's Vacation is my 5th book. So 2 of them are about pets in the afterlife, and that's what they're called, Pets in the Afterlife, Pets in the Afterlife 2. One is called Ghosts and Spirits, about earthbound ghosts and those that crossed over, and the other is about is lessons learned from talking to the dead. It's kind of a question and answer guide to all things paranormal, including investigations I've been on and all kinds of things.
Cool. So just going quickly back, just for everybody that might not be aware of your books, do you want to tell us about your first books and what it was about and a bit of the information on it, and then just gradually move through each of your books?
Sure, I could do that. And for those who don't know me, I'm actually, during the daytime, I'm actually a meteorologist. And so I'm not responsible for your weather, but I do forecast it. And we're having severe thunderstorms where I am right now in the U.S. So if you hear some crackling and booming in the background, that's exactly what it is. It's not my stomach growling. So when I was 13 years old, my grandfather first appeared to me in full color 6 months after he died, around the time of his birthday. And that was my first inkling that I had an ability. It was actually very frightening, but I came to learn how to accept it, and over time it grew from there. I lived in a house that wound up being haunted when I was going to school, and when my puppy passed in 2005, his name is Buzz. He became the world's best canine communicator from the afterlife. And he inspired me to write my first book, Ghosts and Spirits. So there's a chapter in there about him, but he also inspired me to write Pets in the Afterlife and Pets in the Afterlife too. So he's been really big for me.
Okay, just because this is an area that I've looked at and sort of done a little bit of research into. There's one question that always comes up when I read the sort of information and about people communicating with pets and animals, etc. How do they? Because obviously, I get the understanding of when you're a medium and you're speaking to like a human in the afterlife, and obviously they give you words, pictures, depending on which nature and all that sort of stuff. But how does it work when you're trying to communicate with an animal?
Well, it actually works much the same. That's a really good question. In my books, I outline all the different levels learn. They learn language because they learn commands. They know their names. They'll put the tail in between. So they routine too smart. About those very things.
Right. Okay. That's interesting. Sound issue. Always throws now and again. So please bear with us. We will try and sort out the situation. But I just want to let everybody know that I know that people are experiencing issues out there in the world when listening to the show. So please bear with us. If you do suddenly disappear, we will come back as soon as we can. Okay.